Well, I thought I'd stop for a sec. Hello, everyone. As is typical, I'm battling daylight. Sun's going to be gone in about half an hour. Yeah, I'm battling gravity half up a mountain, and I'm a sweaty mess, as you can see. But I guess all this hard work pays off. Just check out that view. Yeah, we're in the northern Fells of the Lake District, heading towards Lingy Hut Bothy. Just the question is, I'm going to get there before it gets dark, but am I going to have the place to myself? I thought, with it being a Monday night in late October, it was pretty much guaranteed. But, with that van there, there's just no way of knowing. And it happens to be one of the smallest bothies, I think, in the whole of the United Kingdom. So if there's anybody there, it's going to be really, really tight for space. And yeah, it's exposed. I'm not going to have much time to get the tent pitched. Anyway, stop with the moaning. I need to keep cracking on, and I'll see you there.
I soon had my head in the clouds, and I was grateful for my GPS, I can tell you. The bothy did reveal itself eventually, which I was really relieved about, and there it was, sitting alone on a windswept moor, and it felt great to finally get there, open the door, and check out home for the night. Even better was the fact that I had it all to myself. Bonus. Once in, there was nothing better to do than just get the dinner on the go. I definitely earned it, that's for sure. Sorry guys, I couldn't wait for you. I've started the food and I've already cracked open the beer and a couple of swigs, and I'll tell you what, it is going down very nicely indeed. This one is hazy IPA, 6%. So yeah, strong enough. I'll drink to that. Cheers. Oh yes, very nice. And I'll tell you what, I say this every time on these videos, but chili is like my go-to meal when I'm sort of out camping and eating bothy as well, like I am tonight. It's just like it's a great meal any time of the year, but especially when it's a bit nippy. And I'll say, I've been here for a good hour or so now. It's dark outside, and it's pretty cold in here. It's not even, we're only in late October. But yeah, it's sort of like 12, 13 degrees down at sea level. Lingy Hut is up at about 600 metres in a really exposed spot. As you saw, you've got the cables and stuff like bolted, holding it down. If they weren't there, this thing would probably just take off in the wind. Really exposed place. So yeah, pretty nippy. And I can imagine it could be really wild up here in the winter. Might have to come back. There's no idea. Anyway, I'm just going to enjoy the rest of this. This is going down so well. And then I'll catch up with you afterwards. Bet you can't wait. Oh, so it's just gone 9:30. And I'll be honest, I feel like slacking off and calling it a night already. Just because I feel so relaxed. I suppose with that, you just feel a bit sleepy. I've been sat here for the last hour or so, just sipping on my beer and enjoying this book, Bothy Tales. I actually started on my last trip out when I sort of wild camped in the Howgill Fells, and it was a really good start to it. It's got even better. So if like me, you're a bit of a bothy enthusiast, I highly recommend picking this book up. You'll be able to relate to loads of the stories. And I did find myself sort of nodding away and laughing on quite a few occasions. So looking forward to reading the rest of this throughout the week on the rest of the trip. But I will just say, just sitting here, with my head torch, the tea lights flickering away and the wind howling around the building. My life back home feels a million miles away already, which is just what I needed. This time last week I was working hard, in my class as a primary school teacher. This week I've got off with it being half term. And yeah, just nice to get away from it all for a few days. So here's to a good night's sleep. Hopefully 9 hours on the cards. And I'll see you in the morning. Night night. Good morning all. And I've got to say, I got a really good sleep last night. Just as I hoped it would. I think with that wind, as I mentioned, the wind howling around the building and the rain's starting to fall as well. It's just so relaxing, laid there, sort of just tucked up, nice and warm in the sleeping bag. And yeah, didn't get up until about 7:30. So all in all, about 9 hours sleep. Brilliant. And it's going to set me up well for today, just like hopefully this breakfast will. You know, you saw it all laid out just a moment or two ago. But yeah, I've already enjoyed the porridge. I'm tucking into now. I've got some beans, some coffee, and of course some bread to mop it up, and a little bit of fruit to finish things off. Going to need a load of carbs. It's going to be a long old day's walking. Hopefully I'll drop out of these clouds. You know, you can see some well and truly stuck in the clag. So yeah, we'll drop out of the clouds, get some views again before I head up onto Blencathra. But yeah, I think the conditions today, they do look a bit dodgy with sort of some heavy rain on and off during the day. So waterproofs are definitely going to be needed. But once I polish this off, I'll have a quick sweep. I'll show you a couple of shots of the inside of the bothy. Because yeah, I didn't really get any good quality ones last night because it was already so dark. So I'll do that and then we'll get moving. Right then, let's give you a tour of the hut, which should take about a minute. There's not really that much to see, as I'm sure you've already figured out. But yeah, we'll start with this shelf, which is really well placed and handy for a bit of cooking. And yeah, those candle holders as well, a nice touch. If we come round, yeah, there's the shovel. I think we all know what that's for. I haven't had to use it on this trip, and but to be honest, I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing. And then up above it, we've got the usual notices that you'll find in bothies just like this one. I've got to say, actually, this bothy is run by, if I zoom in here, the Mountain Bothy Association. And if you're not familiar with them, these shelters they're open shelters, open to anyone, and they're maintained by volunteers. And in fact, I did see in the Bothy book that, a few volunteers were up here recently painting the place, which is why it seems so fresh. So they do a cracking job, which is why it's so important to care for the place and look after it. And they just give you some reminders there as to how to do that. So no excuses. Now let's show you the important bit, which of course is the sleeping space. So, as small as it is, I reckon you can fit probably about 5 people in here at maximum capacity. So that's the sleeping platform that I used. You can fit one person there. The one at the back, slightly longer, but again, you're probably only going to get one person there. But then you've got sleeping berth or sleeping platform, the full length of the room. So I reckon you probably squeeze 2 in there, and then 2 more on the floor if you really had to. So yeah, really handy shelter. Shame it hasn't got the fire. You know, a Bothy fire really does top it off, but you know, it is still just a great shelter to have in such a wild, windswept place. Anyway, we'll sign the Bothy book over there and then get on the move.